We have one more minute and we will get started in just a minute. One more minute and we'll get started. Hey, tell us where you are joining us from in the chat. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Also, at a later date, if you have a question, you can email me at info@sherriespeaks.com. Let us know where you're calling in from and tell us what you do in your organization. Give it one more minute and then we'll get started. Happy that you all could join us today. We'll give it another minute here. We see more people coming into the webinar, so we'll give it another minute or so. Hi, Janice. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could make it. Learn more about authentic leadership in the workplace. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining the masterclass, How to Become an Authentic Leader and Improve Employee Performance. My name is Dr. Sherrie Johnson. I want to talk to you a little bit today about authentic leadership. So, are you someone that's in your organization and you're looking to move into a management position? Or maybe you're a manager or a supervisor. Have you been wondering, how do I get staff to perform better? How do I gain their respect? How do I gain their trust? What am I doing wrong? How can I improve morale? Why is this important to you right now? Well, if you work with a great staff and the expertise to lead them, you are not sure how to execute the necessary information to produce better results. When you have an efficient team that produces great results, the staff is happier and they're working in a healthy environment. It builds camaraderie and they want to be there. They're committed to the organization. When your team excels, then you look good as a leader of that team. When they're performing well, that's good leadership. When the team is not performing well, that's bad leadership. And it all reflects on the leader. Imagine if your team that you work with was performing well with great results for the organization. Imagine if there was low turnover and staff remained committed to the company. Imagine if employees were happy and genuinely enjoyed working with you and the rest of the team, and they were happy to come to work. So here's what happened to me. I received my doctorate of education in organizational leadership from Grand Canyon University. I received leadership certificates in coaching strategies and managing yourself and leading others from Harvard University. I also received a certificate in diversity and inclusion from Cornell University. I'm a published author. I have a book that's titled Authentic Leadership in the Workplace, doing quite well on Amazon these days. I'm a public speaker. I have spoken to groups like the Society of Human Resources Management, SHRM. I've spoken to the Association of Talent Development, and also spoken to Human Resources Certificate Institute, HRCI, where human resources professionals have to take my course in order to get their recertification points and recertification credits. I have client testimonials. Here's one from Hunter Hedrick. She says, Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an inspiration for all professionals in leadership and communications. Through her impeccable leadership, she can cultivate skills and professionals that will help set them apart. Chantel Monet, she says, Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an amazing instructor. The course truly helped me to improve my leadership abilities. The purpose of the Authentic Leadership and Staff Success Masterclass is to learn about authentic leadership style. Learn the 4 components of authentic leadership, which are internal moral perspective, balanced processing, self-awareness, relational transparency. Also, to learn how employees respond to authentic leaders and how it affects job performance in the workplace. You also have the ability to work with me in leadership coaching to improve staff performance. So you might say, who is this woman? Who is she? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I come from a military background. My dad was in the United States Air Force, so I'm a military brat. At 3 years old, we moved to Germany. I lived in Bitburg, Germany, and Zweibrücken, Germany. I love to travel, and I think living overseas at such a young age developed that love of traveling. I love learning about different cultures, meeting new people. I actually went to a German preschool, and everybody spoke German. I didn't speak a lick of German. No one spoke English. But you know what? I learned how to communicate with them. And so it was a wonderful experience. You can see a picture of me and my dad in the top picture there, top corner. And then that's a picture of me and my mom in the bottom right-hand corner there. So I attended the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, received my Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communications. I went on to go to Johns Hopkins University and received my Master's in Communications with a concentration in Media Relations. And I went on to Grand Canyon University to receive my doctorate in Organizational Leadership. So I was an anchor and reporter for 20 years. I was an anchor on the national level and the local level. And after 20 years, I decided I wanted to change, and I went into public relations and communications and executive management, leading executive level teams for 10 years. I was a strategic advisor to CEOs, presidents, and senior leadership. So when I was working on my doctorate, I decided to research authentic leadership. Okay. I interviewed employees across the country. And I want you to know that the information that I'm presenting to you is facts versus opinion. This information is coming from the data that I learned during my research. I've held 4 leadership positions, leading teams anywhere from 5 people to 85 people. So I've worked in executive management. So this facts and data comes from my doctoral research, as well as research from working in leadership positions and working in executive management. I have proven results with communication plans, successful strategic plans, launched new websites, organizational rebranding, and restructuring. I have some high points and I learned from some others. So today I'm offering information in authentic leadership to help you and your organization, so you don't have to go through some of the pain points. In July of 2013, when I left TV news to move into public relations, I took a step back in salary. The pay cut was very challenging. I am not going to fib to you. It was challenging. But sometimes in life, you got to take a step back to move forward. A year and a half later, I received a promotion and I moved into my first leadership position. And then there was a salary increase. And then my eyes opened into a whole new world of executive management and leading others. I knew I wanted to be an effective and efficient leader who influences and motivates others to be successful. Leadership is not easy, and that's when I decided to educate myself and learn more about it and what it takes to be successful. This is when I decided to get my doctorate in organizational leadership with a concentration in organizational development. I also participated in 2 leadership certificate programs on campus at Harvard University titled Coaching Strategies, and the second one was Managing Yourself and Leading Others. I also received a certificate from Cornell University in diversity and inclusion. As a leader, it is very important to include diversity and inclusivity in your organization. As you can see, I'm a lifelong learner. Educating yourself is so important. It's necessary to make an investment to learn about the different aspects of leadership in order to be successful, and that's exactly what I did. I began to use the tools that I learned in my doctoral program research, data, and in writing my dissertation and the courses that I took at Harvard and Cornell. This is when it all started to come together with authentic leadership and success in the workplace with employees. Knowledge is power. And I help my clients to become authentic leaders and improve employee performance. I realized that this information on authentic leadership was important for others to know. I took the research and data from my dissertation and released my first book, Authentic Leadership in the Workplace. It's important for other leaders or those that want to become leaders to know this information to help them to be successful. So, how does authentic leadership improve employee job performance? Are you ready? Give me an amen in the chat box if you're ready to find out more about authentic leadership. Hello, Chanel Harvey. Wonderful. Good afternoon. Excellent. Excellent. All right, here's how I learned how to use authentic leadership to improve employee performance in the workplace. First of all, you might say, what is authentic leadership? What is it? Authentic leadership is someone that is open, honest, transparent, and communicates well with employees. There are 4 components that make up authentic leadership. The first one is internal moral perspective. This is a leader that makes ethical and moral decisions for the organization. This is a leader that has an ethical core. Balanced processing is your second one. This is a leader who solicits opposing viewpoints and considers all options. Self-awareness is the next one. This is an essential trait of a great leader. It's important for a leader to know your values and how it affects your actions. And the next one, relational transparency. This is a leader that presents their authentic self to employees. This develops trust by sharing true thoughts, feelings, and emotions. When a leader encompasses these traits and employees trust and respect that leader, they perform better in the workplace. And let me just tell you, just because someone has the title CEO, president, yes, that makes them a leader. But also, you can have people that act as a leader and can motivate and influence people in the workplace, and they may not even have the title. It's important for an employee to trust the leader and to know their supervisor has decent morals and ethics. Trust develops as the leader shares information openly with all levels within the organization. Employees want to work for people that they respect, trust, and leaders that are ethical and have ethical values. During my research, I interviewed employees. I interviewed 12 instructors at several public universities across the United States. Let me give you one scenario, okay? When I was talking to them, this is a scenario that came up. This is an example that was given to me. Instructors said during the pandemic, university officials were transparent and honest about the budget and school finances. Instructors appreciate the university being forthcoming with financial information so they could prepare for the furloughs or job loss if necessary. Instructors appreciated the honest information on the budget, whether it was good or bad, and that transparency from university officials made them want to work there. So during the pandemic, at a public university, you had some students dropping out or enrollment was down because we were in the middle of a pandemic. Some people were not going to college campuses. They thought, I'll sit out for a semester. So therefore, if enrollment was down, then college campuses were not making as much money, which means colleges had to take some really hard looks at their budget. So these professors were saying they appreciated the college because they had a meeting and they were honest and transparent and let them know that the budget did not look good. Some of these professors were single parents. They had families that they had to consider. So this allowed for them to make decisions for their family. So they appreciated transparent leaders that were open and honest with them about the financial situation of the college. Here's another scenario. A football coach at a university said that the team made a significant amount of money for the university with the athletic program. School administrators took the football revenue and gave it to the band. The athletic instructors were angry because the football team made the money and needed the funds for uniforms and equipment. The instructors said that they did not want to go above and beyond, but perform the bare minimum. They lost respect for their supervisors and the administration because of what they thought was unfair treatment. So here you have some athletic directors, and the football team has made millions. They've made a lot of money. But you have the president of the university and officials that say, you know what, we're going to thank you for making that money. We're going to take it. We're going to give it to the band. Even though the football team needed helmets, needed new equipment, uniforms. So this made the employees, the athletic staff, really not want to work there. And it made them not want to try as hard. Scenario number 3. As students and faculty returned to the office and classroom during the pandemic, one university made the decision to return students and faculty to the classroom for in-person learning. 1 week later, there was a COVID outbreak at the school, and everyone had to return to virtual learning immediately. Instructors were upset because they felt the university administrators were immoral and unethical and did not consider the health and safety of students and faculty. So here you have a university that decided to bring everyone back too soon. I mean, in-person learning, everybody, no virtual, everybody come back. And in doing so, they did not talk to the faculty, talk to the teachers. The instructors are in the classroom, see what they think. They used tunnel vision to make a decision. They did not discuss it with other people. And so in doing so, they came back too soon. And the faculty lost all respect for them because they felt like they did not think about their health and well-being. And they had some professors actually that left because they could not work for a university they felt was unethical and didn't have their best interest at heart. So do you see the difference? When employees feel that administrators or leaders are not being honest, transparent, and do not have their best interest at heart, they do not perform well in the workplace. When employees believe that leaders, administrators, and the organization cares about them, they are committed to the company and want to perform better. If you have a leader that is unethical or immoral and employees see that type of behavior, the research shows they do not want to work for that type of leader. If you have a leader that gossips and talks about other employees with subordinates, staff members do not respect this type of behavior and do not want to work in this type of environment or perform their best work for the leader. Leaders set the tone. They set the example for the rest of the organization to follow. So if you're interested in moving into management and you want to begin to carry yourself as a leader, set a good example for the rest of your coworkers, okay? Or if you are in a leadership position, if you are a manager, if you are a supervisor, you set the tone. They are looking to you for guidance. So you show them how to act or how you are supposed to respond to a certain situation because your employees are watching and they take their cues from you. Employees watch how the leader behaves and they follow this type of behavior in the workplace. If a leader is ethical and has morals, employees will follow suit and perform in the same manner. Communication is also key, but not just communication, making sure employees comprehend the communication. Comprehension is also key. Employees don't know job expectations if leaders don't communicate with them. Leaders must communicate with staff members. It is so important. For example, during the pandemic, instructors at a university who provide hearing aids to the public had concerns. The administration did not tell instructors how to handle the public during the pandemic. Instructors did not know whether to see patients during this time. Since they had no guidance, instructors made up their own protocols and procedures. They lost all respect for management because teachers received no guidance. So here you have a situation where this medical clinic, they're at a university. The medical students have a clinic on Saturdays and they open it up to the community. And people come in, they may need hearing aids or they need to be seen by a doctor for some kind of hearing loss. So when the pandemic hit, these teachers who ran the clinic with the students received no guidance, radio silence, crickets, no one said a word. So the teachers, they're not leaders. They're not a CEO. They're not managers. They're not even supervisors. They came together and they crafted a protocol for how to continue to give these people services because they really wanted to give back to the people, and they took the ball by the horns and they came up with protocols to where they could keep the clinic open. So they, even though they're not, their title doesn't say leader, they showed leadership. So one day their supervisor came in, looked around, everything was orderly, running in a great manner. He didn't say a word. He just looked around, nodded, and walked out. They lost all respect for him because he didn't do anything to communicate with them. He didn't do anything to help them. They had to figure it out themselves, and they did not have respect for him as a leader. But they showed good leadership because they came together and they figured it out, motivated one of each other and influenced each other and got the job done, and were still able to see patients. So that's an example of someone not having a leadership title or role, but showed amazing leadership, and the community was able to still receive these services. It's important for authentic leaders to communicate with employees and keep them up to date on information that affects their jobs. If employees know the expectation of supervisors, they can perform more efficiently rather than if they're uncertain of protocols and procedures. A positive example of communication happened when a university sent out a statement to the staff and media concerning the murder of George Floyd. Staff members were pleased to know that the university took a stand on racism and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Instructors did not have to wonder what their university thought about the situation. They enjoyed knowing where the university stood on such matters when they sent a statement to the media about the George Floyd killing. The staff thought that was a good way to communicate, and they liked knowing where their university stood on such matters. Again, communication is vital in the success of employees. Leaders should keep employees informed on important information involving the organization. Some ways of keeping employees informed with good communication include maybe a monthly staff newsletter, maybe a staff email, maybe a robocall, but use the robocall sparingly because they can be quite annoying. Maybe a intranet, okay? This is a portal on the website for just staff, not the public. Maybe staff text messages, maybe a staff meeting, maybe one-on-one meetings with staff to find out their challenges and check in on them, and maybe a progress report. How about a staff advisory committee? This is a committee where you could run ideas by them before making policy decisions. For example, during the pandemic, with that university returning to the classroom too soon, if they had a staff advisory committee that they could have checked in with to see what they thought and heard some of that feedback, then maybe they wouldn't have opened the university up only to have to shut it down a week later, okay? So a staff advisory committee can be a really good idea to let you know a place where you could go to run ideas by and get feedback before you actually implement a protocol, procedure, or a new policy. And you may think some of those are no-brainers or easy, but you would be amazed at how many people don't even do the very basics of a staff meeting or a staff newsletter. Not every organization does those things. There are employees out there that receive no communication from leadership, and this is a problem. So while some things may seem very basic, oh, we do that in my organization, Many organizations do not, and it is important to keep your employees informed. Including staff in decision-making process is also important. It's a good idea to include staff in decisions that affect the company before they happen. This makes employees feel like they're part of the team. Ultimately, it makes employees stay at the company longer and perform better because they're invested in the organization. During the pandemic, we heard from numerous employees that leadership made unilateral decisions about safety protocols without discussing it with them. This hurt employee performance, and there was a lack of respect for leadership. So it is important to ask employees what they think. Sometimes leaders will have to make a decision quickly because there just isn't time. But when you can involve employees, it's a good idea to let them be involved in the decision-making process, offer their feedback, offer their opinion, and they feel so committed to the organization, and it improves performance when they feel involved and committed. It's important to note that this is research and I conducted during my doctoral studies. This is not my opinion, but facts backed up with data. I interviewed employees to learn what they think about authentic leaders, morale, and immoral behaviors. The majority of the employees interviewed said they will work for ethical and moral leaders that make decisions in the best interest of the staff and company. This makes them want to stay with the organization. Most people interviewed said they will not work for an unethical or immoral leader. My research shows that employees will perform better for an organization that has values that aligns with their own. My research shows that employees perform better with leaders that they respect and trust. Fairness was a hot button issue and cause for concern among staff members. Many employees mention leaders not being fair. It's important for leaders to be fair with staff members. For example, instructors mentioned some teachers received all expense-paid trips to professional development conferences while others did not. Some staff members felt this was unfair and they did not want to perform well in the workplace with unfair and preferential treatment taking place. Another example involves instructors receiving extra pay for teaching extra classes. A new dean was hired at a university, and he ended the extra pay and said it was part of other duties as assigned. Some instructors were angry that the dean removed the extra pay and did not discuss it with the faculty before making the abrupt change. Consequently, many faculty members left their jobs. Fairness and communication is important. So you have this new dean that came, and he sees that there are some faculty members that are teaching these extra classes. Well, he felt, hey, we're paying you. This is other duties as assigned. We should not give you extra money to teach these classes. And some of those faculty members really counted on that extra money. They really counted on that overtime. You know, we had one faculty member, she was a mother, a single mom of 5 kids, and really counted on that overtime pay to teach those extra classes. And all of a sudden he comes in and just takes the overtime pay away. Would not meet with them, would not meet with the faculty members, would not discuss it with them, would not hear their point of view, just wouldn't listen. And so consequently, the staff members did not respect that behavior. They did not think it was right, and many of them left. Many of them left and found other jobs. Accountability. Now, it is important to hold employees accountable for their actions. It's important to be fair with accountability for all employees. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. It starts at the top with the leader. Diversity among the leadership team is so important. If you have a leadership team, it should be diverse, okay? We are stronger together. It's important to have different perspectives, opinions, and thought processes. It makes your organization stronger. So DEI is important in any organization, and leaders should really promote this information. All right, so let's recap. All right, amen. I got an amen there. Wonderful. Amen from Jen. Very good. All right, wonderful. So you guys are with me. All right, now it's time to recap some of the information we just talked about. Okay, so in recapping the information, an authentic leader is someone that is open, honest, transparent, and communicates well with employees. The authentic leadership style comes from the authentic leadership theory, which was established in 2003. So it's fairly new, okay? The authentic leadership theory is one of the newer leadership styles. Researchers are still learning more information every day about authentic leadership because it's newer than some of the leadership styles like transformational leadership or servant leadership. Transformational leadership has been around forever. Servant leadership has been around as well. So those are your older, leadership styles. So the beauty about authentic leadership is it's newer, developed in 2003, and we're still learning more information about it. The authentic leadership style actually came from transformational leadership and ethical leadership. So it actually derives from those two. There are 4 components of authentic leadership, which include internal moral perspective, balanced processing, self-awareness, relational transparency. It's important to note that when a leader encompasses these behaviors, employees trust and respect the leader. They will perform better in the workplace. The leader sets the tone for the organization. The leader set an example for the employees to follow. Research has shown that the authentic leadership style is a positive leadership style and creates a positive work environment. Here's what happens when you incorporate authentic leadership in the workplace. You have improvement in employee performance. You have better results for the organization. You have happier workers, less turnover, camaraderie, and a healthier work environment. The secret is authentic leadership, being your authentic self as a leader. I help leaders with staff behavior problems learn about being an authentic leader so they can become their authentic self and improve employee performance. Leaders and communication. It is essential for authentic leaders to communicate effectively with staff members. Without proper communication from their leaders, employees cannot effectively perform their duties. Here are some effective ways to communicate with employees. A staff newsletter, and this could be monthly, okay? It could be bi-monthly, but they need a newsletter to keep them informed. A staff intranet, a staff portal on the website, a dedicated space to put employee information. Staff emails, a staff advisory council, text messaging, and robocalls used sparingly so as not to irritate people. With diversity and inclusion, it is important to incorporate diversity, equity, and inclusion in any organization. We are stronger together. Leaders buy into diversity and inclusion. It's so vital because, again, leaders set the example. So if the employees see the leaders incorporating diversity and inclusivity in the workplace, then those managers, supervisors, and people below will do the same thing in their hiring practices, which is important. Leaders set the tone. They set an example for other staff members to follow. When it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, employees look to the leaders for guidance. It is important to have diversity in leadership teams. A variety and diversity of perspectives is important for any company. Meet Hunter. I met Hunter in 2018 when she was a college intern in my department. Hunter has worked under my leadership and blossomed into an effective leader and communicator. Hunter says, Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an inspiration for all professionals in leadership and communications. Through her impeccable leadership, she can cultivate skills in professionals that will help set them apart. Hunter achieved success by being her authentic self as a leader and communicator. Check-in time. Is this information helpful for you? Give me a yes if so. Give me a yes in the chat. Any question there? Excellent. Excellent, Philip. I'm glad this is so helpful. Yay, Chanel and Janice. Very good. Glad this is helpful for you. Excellent. Wonderful. All right. All right. So did you learn how you can become an authentic leader and improve employee job performance? Secret number one, an authentic leader is someone who is open, honest, truthful, and communicates with employees. Secret number two, authentic leadership includes four components of internal moral perspective, balanced processing, self-awareness, and relational transparency. Secret number three, employees respond very well to authentic leaders and it affects their job performance in a positive way. Okay, this information is just the tip of the iceberg. What if you can learn more about authentic leadership? Diving deeper into what it means to be an authentic leader, learning about leaders and communications with staff, learning about diversity, equity, and inclusion for authentic leaders, learning about the importance of ethical and moral leadership and how that affects employee performance. Would that make a difference for you? What if I helped you? What if I offered information to improve your leadership abilities and improve staff performance? Would that make a difference for you? Do you want to hear I can help you? Type yes. Have a clear roadmap and accountability for becoming an authentic leader and improving staff performance in your organizations. Want to hear how I can help? Type yes. I can help with a clear roadmap and accountability for becoming an authentic leader and improving staff performance in your organization, and learn why it's important to include employees in the decision-making process. So I can provide a clear roadmap and accountability for becoming an authentic leader and improving staff performance in your organization, learn why it's important to include employees in the decision-making process, and learn about leaders and communication with an organization and the importance. Here's how we can work together. I can help you become an authentic leader and improve employee performance. Authentic leadership and staff success is all about helping you to become an authentic leader, helping you to improve employee job performance. Want to see what's inside? Part 1, the online course. This online course has step-by-step lectures, video lessons, peer-reviewed articles, and research data from my doctoral research. Here's what the course looks like. Module number 1, we talk about what is authentic leadership. We take a deep dive into what is authentic leadership. Module number 2, we review employees and the decision-making. Why it is so important to include employees in the decision-making process. Module number 3, we look at authentic leadership traits, the traits of an authentic leader. Module number 4, we take a look at diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the importance of having it in any organization. In module number 5, we take a look at job performance and how authentic leaders affect positive job performance. Module number 6, we look at the application in the workplace. Okay, we've learned about it. Now, how do we apply it in the workplace? Module number 7 offers recommendations. And module number 8 is a summary of information. So the expert. You will have access to the expert and course creator. That's me, based on my doctoral research and data and actual interviews from employees. Coaching. You will have access to group coaching calls with exclusive trainings. You don't have to be in it alone. You can find out what other leaders or people that are wanting to go into management, what they are experiencing and how they're dealing with it as well. Here's Hunter again. Hunter said, hey, she improved her leadership and communication abilities by working with me. Here's Chantel Monet. Chantel Monet improved her leadership and communication abilities as well. Chantel Monet says, Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an amazing instructor. The course truly helped me to become an authentic leader and improve staff success. So who was the program created for? If you're here, it's not by accident. You're driven to become an authentic leader and improve employee job performance in your organization. What are you getting? Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course. It's usually valued at $3,000. When you invest today, you also get a free list of the top traits for an effective, authentic leader. With free, immediate access to the top traits of an effective, authentic leader, you can immediately begin learning and improving your leadership style. What you're getting: Authentic Leadership and Staff Success course, free list of top traits of an effective, authentic leader, certificate of completion from the course. When you invest today, you also get coaching calls with me along with the lessons in the modules. The information in the online course, Authentic Leadership and Staff Success, is not opinion, but based on research, facts, and data. Employees from across the country were interviewed to discuss what makes them perform well in the workplace, and you will receive this information in the course. What you're getting: Authentic Leadership and Staff Success, which is typically valued at $3,000. You'll get a free PDF with top traits of an effective, authentic leader, which is usually valued at $297. You'll get 8 modules of learning lessons with lectures, peer-reviewed articles, videos, employee feedback on leaders' behavior, data from my qualitative descriptive research study, also interviews from employees about authentic leaders. And you will also receive a certificate of completion. You could also put this in your personnel file and give this to your HR department. Shows you going the extra mile. When you invest today, you also get 50% off the regular price. Improved leadership skills will help with staff success. This is an opportunity to invest in yourself as a leader and improve staff performance. Here's Chantel Monet. Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an amazing instructor. I improve my leadership abilities and communication from this course. What you are getting: Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course valued at $3,000, free PDF with top traits of an effective, authentic leader valued at $297, peer-reviewed articles, lectures, videos, research-based data, which is typically valued at about $1,500, interview feedback from employees, typically $1,000, and you'll get a certificate of completion. What you're getting today: Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course, which is valued at $3,000, a free PDF with top traits of an effective, authentic leader, which is valued at $297, peer-reviewed articles, lectures, videos, research-based data, which is valued at $1,500, interview feedback from employees, which is valued at $1,000. This is all valued at about $5,797. If Authentic Leadership and Staff Success help you become a better leader in your organization, improve employee job performance, learn how to communicate with employees, learn to be more inclusive in the workplace, would this be worth $3,800? Yes. Well, your price today, the total value is $3,800, but today you can get this for $1,500, $1,500 if you pay in full. That's 50% off, 50% savings. Or you could have 2 payments of $750 each. You could do 2 payments, or you could do one lump sum. When you enroll right now, you will receive the free PDF with the top traits to become an effective, authentic leader. When you enroll right now, information on ways to make your organization more inclusive with DEI best practices, a roadmap with the most efficient way for leaders to communicate with employees, a list of authentic leadership traits. What you're getting: Authentic Leadership and Staff Success, which is typically valued at $3,000. Free list of authentic leadership traits, which is typically valued at $297. Research-based data on authentic leadership and employee performance. That has a value of $1,500. Employee feedback on leaders, which has a value of $1,000. This total value, $5,797. When you pay in full today, you also get live sessions with me for coaching. We can discuss the fundamentals of authentic leadership and set up some goals for success for you. You receive a live session with me. That's typically $500 an hour. You get that enrolled in the course of the course. Map out your goals for success, discuss issues with employee performance, and how to navigate for organizational success. You receive a live session with me when you pay in full today. I'm available to provide live coaching to help leaders with staff behavior problems learn about being an authentic leader so they can become their authentic self and improve employee job performance. What you're getting: authentic leadership and staff success, which is typically valued at $3,000. Free top traits of an effective, authentic leader, which is valued at $297. Research-based data on authentic leadership, valued at $1,500. Employee feedback, valued at $1,000. Live session with me, typically $500 an hour. This total value, $6,297. When you join today, you get Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course at 50% off for $1,500, $1,500. You get a free list of authentic leadership traits, research-based data, live coaching sessions with me when you pay in full. Peer-reviewed articles. This course provides multiple research-based peer-reviewed articles on authentic leadership that coincide with the lectures to detail how this positive leadership style helps employees and the leader to be successful. What you're getting: authentic leadership and staff success, valued at $3,000. Free list of authentic leadership traits, valued at $297. Research data on authentic leadership, valued at $1,500, and a live session with me, valued at $500. Join now. Act fast, because this bonus ends soon. So get started by paying in full at $1,500 or 2 payments of $750 each. This offer won't last for a long time, but we will keep it open until midnight tonight. Join now. This offer is ending soon. Pay in full $1,500 and receive pay in full bonus live coaching sessions with me. So why did you come here today? Imagine if you can incorporate authentic leadership in your organization and improve employee performance and morale to create a healthier and happier workplace. Imagine if you can create a more inclusive work environment for employees and how much stronger and collaborative your organization would be. Imagine if you provided better communication to employees to help manage expectations and improve performance among staff. Stop imagining and join the Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course. Go ahead and get started. Here's someone else that has benefited from leadership coaching: Chantel Monet. Dr. Sherrie Johnson is an amazing instructor. The course has truly helped me with my leadership abilities. Imagine if you learned to be your authentic self as a leader and you were more self-aware, and this leadership style improved employee performance and got better results for your organization. Imagine if you got started today. In a matter of months, you learn new skills as a leader that helps your staff to be successful and produce better results for the organization. Imagine if you got started today. In a few months, your supervisor or board members began to see results from your staff and complimented you as the leader on a job well done. Imagine if you got started today. In a few months, you learned to incorporate internal moral perspective, balanced processing, self-awareness, relational transparency into your daily routine and work relationship with your staff and saw improved results in your company. Pay in full live coaching session with me when you pay in full. What if I don't have enough time for this course? You can move through the course at your own pace whenever you want. It's online, so you can move through at your own pace. You also have lifetime access to the information. You can access it whenever you have time. Overall, Authentic Leadership and Staff Success is about helping you to be successful as an authentic leader and improve employee performance. What makes this course different? You can learn how to be an authentic leader and gain the trust and respect of your staff. You can learn about authentic leadership with research-based data from interviews with employees. What makes Authentic Leadership and Staff Success different? You can learn how employees respond to authentic leaders and how it affects job performance in the workplace. You can learn proven strategy and tactics in leadership and staff success. So get off the fence and enroll in the course to learn more about authentic leadership and improve employee performance. Will authentic leadership improve staff performance? Research shows that authentic leadership is a positive leadership style that employees respond very well to. Invest in yourself and register for the course to improve your leadership skills and employee performance. Your options: not investing in yourself, not learning any new leadership skills, no staff improvement, no improved company results. You and your team remain stagnant and not moving. Where do you want to be 60 days from now? Join me. I can educate you on authentic leadership and improve staff performance in your organization. What if I don't have time? Invest in yourself and make time. This is a self-paced online course. You can move through the course at your own pace whenever you want. If you want to work on it at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's what you can do. If you want to work on it at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, that's what you can do. It's online. You can move at your own pace whenever you want, and you have lifetime access to the course. Your price, total value, is really about $8,800, but you will get it today for $1,500, or you can do 2 payments of $750 each. What are you getting? Authentic Leadership and Staff Success online course, free list of authentic leadership traits, research-based data, coaching session with me when you pay in full, and a certificate of completion. Where do you want to be 60 days from now with your leadership style and staff success? Join now. Take the steps to getting better. Get started now. Authentic Leadership and Staff Success, $3,000 value, free PDF, Traits for Effective Authentic Leaders at a $297 value, research-based data, $1,500 value, employee feedback interviews, $1,000 value, live sessions with me, that's about $500 an hour, but it's all in this package. Certificate of completion. This is a total value of $6,297, but today, for this offer, you get it for $1,500. Pay in full, or you can do 2 payments of $750 each. Hope you'll join now. Wonderful. Hello, Mark. So glad that you all could make it. This is very helpful. Excellent, excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad you could join us. So don't delay. Go ahead, click on the offer now. I would love to see you inside of the course. I would love to work with each and every one of you. This course, whether you're a leader or not, whether you have the title or not, or you just want to become a leader within your organization. And a leader is someone that influences and motivates people. Or maybe you're thinking about going into management. This course can help you get a jump start on that. You can start to learn what it takes to be an authentic leader and how that affects the workplace in a positive way. It affects positive environment. You build camaraderie. You have a place where people want to come to work and not dread going to work. You have a place with less turnover, better retention, so that you can keep people there and not have them running for the door. It's a place where it's a positive environment. So many times some employees are suffering at the hands of malicious leaders that are gaslighting them or just, being malicious. So it is important that we have positive leadership styles in the workplace so that we can have a healthier workplace that is not filled with leaders that cause mental health issues within employees. So we want to have positive leadership styles because that brings out positive and a better performance in your employees. If employees are working with leaders that are moral and ethical and doing the right thing, then they're happy and they want to come to work. And so this is something that I'm ready to work with you on. Hope that I can see you in the class Hope that you will join so I can work with you more. Does anyone have any questions? I'm so glad to see in the chat that this is very helpful. Excellent. Glad to see that this is helpful. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Mark, I'm glad you can join us. Thank you for that. Excellent points. Excellent. Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. Authentic leadership relies on emotional intelligence. You're absolutely right. Yes. Philip, glad you could join us. Chanel, glad you could. Janice, thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. But again, this is based on research, my doctoral research. This isn't opinion. This is based on data and research. And the research shows that positive leadership styles, such as authentic leadership, create a happier and healthier workplace. And when employees are happy and healthy, their performance is going to improve. You're gonna have a really good team with good performance and less retention and less people leaving the door, heading out the door. And that's what we want. We want more positive leadership styles inside of our workplaces. This is actually a picture of me on Fox 5 Morning Show talking about my book and talking about authentic leadership. And actually, I've been talking to a number of human resources organizations, and many human resources professionals are very interested in authentic leadership. They're keeping me pretty busy on the speaking circuit. So it's a newer leadership style, and many people are very interested in learning more about it. And so I'm offering an opportunity to share that with you to talk more about it. So hopefully you will join me inside, and I look forward to working with you. But thank you so much for joining me today. And again, if you have any questions later on that you think about, let me know. You can email me at info@sherriespeaks.com. Feel free to visit my website at www.sherriespeaks.com and find out more information, but would love to see you in the course. And thank you so much. Thank you all for joining me today. It's great talking to you, and hope I'll see you in the course. Thanks. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.